Hi, good, good evening, everyone. I'm just sharing the link. I need just 1 second. Okay, I've shared the link. You can all join in. Yes, AI. Okay, add to the meeting. Let me see. Hi, Sandeep. Hi, Rangarajan. Hi, Shuk. Good evening. I hope you are doing fine. Hi, Vamsi. Zoom link I will share maybe in some point. uh when I'm open for discussion because people do not come, and then I like if you really want I can give you the Zoom link, but people do not like to speak, and when they do not like to speak, I don't like it. Uh, Let me just share the invitation link in case somebody wants. So I have the invitation link in case somebody wants. Uh, I will cover aside everything. This is the Zoom link if somebody wants to join in. I'm just giving one more minute before I start. Um, okay, let me just share my screen. I think I've already shared my screen. Okay, guys. I've also shared the Zoom link, and I've also activated the AI companion from Zoom. Let's see how many notes it can take. So today, today the most important thing is FOMC, which is tomorrow. So I prepared a list uh, in a tabular format, which you can actually view right now. So I've tried to see the data from last 13 months, starting from the January uh, to January of 2025. And I have covered data for CPI. I have taken what was the actual CPI versus the estimate. I'm not going by comparing from this to this, like between January to March, February to March. I'm not doing this. I'm just saying that in how many times the expectations were there and the actual came out light or cool. So in all of this, what I have realized is the number of outcomes where the expectation is less, but the actual CPI is higher is more. You can see on the CPI side. Also on the PPI side, the expectation is low, but the outcome is higher. It's just need to understand. This is a different way of looking at the same data. Usually what people do or what everyone does is they to try to compare that from 3.2, it went to 3.4, came down to 3.1, came down to 3.2, came down to 3, 3.1, 2.999. So this way it is coming down from 3.2 to 2.9. It rose, came down, rose, came down. Okay. But if you look in general, right, the actual rise is there against the expectation. That's another way because I'm comparing these two fields now, not month on month. I'm comparing these two. This is going to give you another set of flavor. Maybe this is a little complicated, but what I'm trying to say is against every time there's an expectation, the actual is always hotter. In almost in 26 months, it's like 5 and 3, 8. Out of 26, 18 times expectation have failed, and both CPI and PPI have risen higher, which means that inflation is there. Whatever you are expecting, it is not going away. Inflation is there. Expectation was maybe wrong or whatever, but in real term, whenever you have expected something 18 times out of 26, you have failed. Inflation, both CPI and PPI have risen. If I am FOMC head and I'm looking at this data, if I see the vertical view starting from 3.2 in 2024, I am at 2.6. I would see inflation has cooled off. Yes, a little bit, but it is not going away. It is sticking. Similarly here, if you see from PPI 2.7 to 2.5, it will give you a feeling that yes, inflation is cooling. Yep. But in real world, whenever there is an expectation is based on at that time, there may be energy rises, expectations, all those factors taken into cognizance. So my take is if we are failing on the expectations, right? If you're failing 18 time of 26 on the expectations, then there is something wrong. It means that inflation is not coming down. It is stagnated. And in fact, it's holding up and may go higher. Now, 25% tariff on Mexico is coming. 25% tariff on Canada is there. Mexico, if Colombia is also 25%, these two tariffs are going to increase. Like tariffs is not like simple. The impact of tariff is, let me just clean this. Like supposedly this is a Colombian person. He's selling fruits and coffee. Mexican is selling maybe, let's say, sugar. Previously, they were selling it at $100 per quintal. They will be selling at $100. Adding 25%, meaning they will be selling it into 125 and 125. Now, it doesn't mean that USA, which was a buyer of fruit and coffee at 100 and sugar at 100, is going to go to some other country all of a sudden and start buying these products. USA will be buying them at 125. So if a USA manufacturer or a factory owner or somebody buying at 125, is he going to sell to the customer at the same price of $100? No, he will pass on that price. So maybe the end customer was taking at $1. Now he has to buy at $1.25, which will increase the core CPI. Food. Also, Trump has said that drill baby drill, but drilling will not start immediately. It takes its own time. It's not going to happen right away, maybe in 6 to 12, maybe 18 months. But before that, the price of natural gas has gone up. There's a good amount of cold spread in the Northeast. In fact, Texas also and Florida also had snow. So that will also come into cognizance because January was really cold. And with LA fires, all these things, the demand for housing, lumber, construction things, everything will go high because the amount of infrastructure burnt in LA is enormous. All in all, this data where we are failing on the expectation and the decrease is not substantial. In fact, it's kind of coming back and holding. If I'm Jerome Powell, with all the tariffs, with all the uh, things which I just talked about, will increase the demand for lumber, for construction things, everything. They give a good part of what you call CPI. Now, health CPI has many factors. Healthcare is one of the important ones. Rental is another one. Rentals have not come down because the mortgage rate is still risen. If the mortgage is higher, rentals are still. So all in all, I don't see FOMC, especially Jerome, saying anything dovish. He will be hawkish. He will be hawkish. He will say things are in bad shape. Again, that's my expectation because looking at all this data, I think the commentary from Jerome Powell will be highly hawkish, which can actually be troublesome for the market because market is assuming good bang cuts from Jerome Powell. Last time he spoke, we saw some substantial cut in the market. This time, I think he's going to repeat. Trump is going to push for rate cuts, and they may not happen. Because if the rate cuts will come now, the bond market is not accepting it. If you look at the bond market, let me also open the investing.com link. Let me just open it and bring it. In between, guys, I've also shared the Zoom link. If any person who's interested to join can join and ask me meaningful questions, I will be happy to answer. Okay, so let's go to economic calendar. And you can also see that the demand is going down for consumer goods. It means customer is facing that inflation. They know that there is something which is keeping prices higher. The expectations, consumer confidence is down. Expectations of consumer confidence can only go higher if they see that the prices of things will come down. Right now, that is not happening. So if you look at this 30-year or 10-year, they are not far from their all-time highs. Like if I go to 1 year, it's right there. 4.8-ish is 10 years yield, which is about 5% from now. High 30-year was, I think, 5.4977, almost 5. Uh, on the higher time frame, let me open. Come on. That's why I don't like investing.com. It just forgets. But this gives you an idea. Uh, when you look at the bond prices, just keep in mind that yes, 30-year bond is not coming even after 2 rate cuts. The bond market did not come down. Look at this. This was a cut in September. The yields go up. Yield is the risk. Yield is the interest on which the US government pays to its borrowers. So yields is going higher, currency is going higher because everyone believes inflation is going to come, right? So just be careful. Hawkish commentary can kill the market like it did last time. So my take will be, if you are long, better to book the longs into the uh, FOMC conference. Rate, there will be zero rate cut or hike. It will be totally zero. It should be flat. Uh, but the commentary will be really, really important. And looking at the volatility in the market, I think we are ready for some big fireworks tomorrow. Earnings will not matter if the commentary is really hawkish. So just be careful. On the other side, if he's dovish, market is already at a high, that time there may be a rotation from big stocks into IWM. So net everything telling me to book profit in the long and stay out of positions into this conference. Now, sorry. Once conference is over, you can always go back to the positions. All right. Any questions on the CPI, PPI thing which I shared? I'm gonna put this data onto the Twitter, explaining my rationale, because I'm not comparing month on month. I'm comparing expectations versus actual. And whenever we are missing, and this is a different view. Again, I'm going to reiterate, this is a different perspective of looking at the same data. Because I'm failing on my expectation, it means what I'm expecting in that month or that quarter thoroughly, I am missing it. And I'm missing it by 5%, 2%. Like if you compare 2.7 to 2.6, that's about 4% less. Okay, so let me just jump onto the technical aspect. Today, I'm not going to cover every ticker, but I'm going to cover both indexes. So I posted on Sunday night that regarding the DeepSeek that yes, 60.35 is an area. If we lose that, we might end up going down. And this, if you see, this could be inverted head and shoulders. Yes, possible on yes. But my only concern is look at the strength of this plan. Like, look at the strength of the green line. Today we went up, but the strength did not. That's why I'm saying usually whenever the sky blue color is around this line, it's time to go out. Time to sit and wait. So better to be careful tomorrow. Better. I really doubt we will have something positive, but yes, if we can clear this area, not this one, this area. Let me remove this one and see this price range. 61.25, 61.30. If we can fill, like, the low is 61.22. If you can clear 61.22, it will be a inverted head and shoulders confirmation and it can break out really well. But if it fails, the downside is really big. Downside, we have already jumped up from 59.48 right above. We are roughly an inside day, testing near the 12 EMA, closed above 12 EMA in both the scenarios, which is good and healthy because we have done a back test here. Like this is the back test. This was thing, and then we did a back test. We failed it. We failed 34, but end of the day, we reclaimed it and closed above it, which is good. That's why, if you remember, I said yesterday to buy and carry longs. Today, if you carried longs, you would have made money on them. Similarly, today we started down, open, we went down, tested this again, reclaimed again, and went up, but could not clear previous day's high, could not fill the gap, and end up closing right here on this red line, which is first negative. I have tested these two supports not once, but 2 times already in the last 2 days. If we break this 6060, these are the two levels which I posted, 6060 If we break 6060 and we hit 6035 and we stay there, then you can try a long. But if we reach 6030, 6035, this is the final stop loss for like good longs. This is kind of a first stop loss if you want 6060. This is the final stop loss for longs. If you lose this, you will end up around this area, 5960. And you see there's no support here. Support comes around this area, which is 5900, 5910, where we last tested. If we clear this, we have resistance at 6125 and 6160, which is the last high. So net, my take is keep things simpler. If 6060 is coming or it's there during the day, try with a very 5 to 10 point stop loss and go long. If this is the first confirmation on the bearish side, if the 6060 is gone and it does not reclaim in 10 minutes or 15 minutes, ignore it. It's time to wait and see if 6035 is taken out or not. If we take out down 6035, it's a confirmation of shorts and you can carry shorts. The first confirmation is below 6060. You can try one short here, or like I would say just watch it because tomorrow can be really, really volatile and choppy. At the same time, through the day, it should be choppy, but from 2:30 onwards, it could be very volatile. Just wait and watch and try to minimize your uh, trades. So below 6035, 5960. And this can happen really quick. Now I'm saying this 6035 to hold because this is the last area for the stop loss for longs and confirmation of shorts because we have earnings from Meta, which have good like component size into S&P, Tesla also. So if they post some really good numbers, which I think Meta is already digested. That's why it has seen that room run from 600 to 680. Tesla, I think the numbers will not reflect anything. It may be the one where it goes down. But if Meta holds, it's going to push Microsoft and other clouds and Google and Snap and maybe some other tickers. All right, so just be watchful. Okay, and Meta post results are right at 4 o'clock. So if you want to wait and trade triple Q or Meta ETF after that, it's a good choice. On NQ, 20,700 was the important area. We came right there, 20,700, tested this. Now, see the difference. ES was able to reclaim the 12 and 34 both. On the contrary, NQ is not able to do that handsomely. It did a closure. Today, it reclaimed and reclaimed again, but there was no two reclaims. On ES, we had 12, 34, both reclaimed back to back. On NQ, only one time. They were done twice. This is done once. So this has some less strength. Now, like if you remember from Sunday night, I told Amazon to buy around 218, 219, Google to buy at 290, 190-ish, Crowd to buy at 365-ish, And what else I told? Amazon was a buy, Google was a buy, Apple was a buy. Uh, Nvidia, I said, can hit below 1,630 to 116. AMD, no. Yeah, that's about the things which I remember, which were Shopify was a buy. So all these things have already given a big move in the last 2 days. Now, when you already have such kind of a big move, it becomes really difficult whether the market has strength to have further moves. So just be careful. Apple was nice at 218, 220, and I posted that in Telegram channel multiple times that 218, 219 is really good area on Apple, and from there it can bounce. It did 240. Same for Amazon, did 240. So now they are not. They were there 2 days back. They've already priced in big moves. When those things happen and ER comes, the end result is loss of IV into the options, and you will end up on the both sides, losing on the both sides. So it's better to watch out and trade triple Q after the numbers are out at 4. That will be best way to address the ERs this time. All right. So this is good. Let me do a scan. I also posted about the open equal to low, open equal to high. This can I have discussed, I think, many times. You can create this simple scan by clicking custom. When you go to custom, click on edit and choose the price open and equal to whatever, it will give you the return. That's it. Open is equal to low, it is going to send you the return. I usually check this at around 9:45. So today, if you see, I mentioned about Shopify. Shopify, look at Shopify. It opened in 109, 109. At 9:45, it was trading at 112. I posted that Shopify is breaking out. It did 118. One important thing, tomorrow keep an eye on SPX. SPX, if open equals to high, do not take long. Do not take long. If open equals to low, do not take shorts. Simple, simple, and simple. So let's look at this again. So we had Shopify, which was open and low. Look at HD, both open and high were same, and it made the low. Dell 104, 100. And the simple thing about this is that the price of open will never change. The price of high or low may change during the day. In this case, I'm just giving 40, like 9:45, which is about 15 minutes from the market open, to see whether it sustains this price or it breaks out. Usually in some cases, like it is 104.13, it may try to break 104.20 and then give back. I would consider that as also open equals to low or high, just because it is broken by fake breakout and it came back. It will not come in the scan, but keep an eye. Keep an eye for this. There's no need for the candle. It's the initial. See, that's why I have answered this 100 million times. I'm repeating myself one more time. This is not about the candles. Do not look at the candles. Just go to any trading software. It will tell you for the day whether what is the open price, what is the high price, and what is the low price. This is not about any 1, 2 minute, 5 minute, 15 minute candle. It is for the day, daily. That's it. Okay. So let me just check on if we have any inside days. Yep, 33 inside days. I will ignore the big inside days. Uh, TSM because of the choppiness, AVG, Oracle. Costco is good on the inside days. Disney is also doing good inside day. Marvel is again a big move. Master, big move. Nike is consolidating right good. In it again because of the big move. I think these are because of all the big move which happened on Monday and Sunday overnight. I think coin is doing a good setup right now. Let me also go and look at the calendar for tomorrow. Tomorrow is 29th. In the morning, we have ASML. Then in the afternoon, we have IBM, LRCX, Meta, Now, and Tesla. So let's go into all these tickers one by one and then see what we can do. And we'll also see about 30, which are before market, like CAT, MA, and UPS. Outside of that, we can talk about Apple. So let's start from Apple. So Apple, if you remember, I told you one thing. Whenever the green line is taking over the red bars, it means the bottom is in. That's right here. From 219 to 240 is done. But in all of this move, the black line is not going up. The black line is staying there. If I come here and hover it, black line is 29, the green line is 29, which is solid, and that's why we see a good move. Now we just need to be careful with a stop loss of 237 on Apple. If Apple starts to lose 237, uh, I would wait for 235. 235 is the area where it broke down. Now we just need to be careful at around 235. On the top side, it can, again, earnings are there. I do not expect the massive beats, but services will cover for Apple, and Apple has a habit of uh, making or coming out with some extra really good numbers. So 235 is your line for Apple. Then I'm going to talk about Amazon, and then we'll jump into the earnings. So Amazon, I'm really, really careful on Amazon. I really don't know why, but Amazon was fine. 218, 219 it came. Right here from here, overnight was 219, held 225 and then bounced. This a dump into the top? I think so. Why? Look at again. I'm gonna take a screenshot. Look at this number. This number, which is the TTM squeeze, this number I really want it to cross 25. In case of Apple, this was 25 and this was 29. This is good. It means the strength is going up, but this is bad. It means that yes, you are going up, but not with the power. So be careful on Amazon. That's why I posted about Amazon that yes, I anticipated, but at this time I want Amazon to be booked. And it was 241. We closed at 238, which is almost 2% and half down. So careful on Amazon. Then we have ASML numbers. ASL is making a dodgy at the bottom. And if I look at this, I think it's kind of overdone at this time. Uh, there's a big gap between the candles, which is like right here, and the EMAs, 12 and 34. The EMAs are still showing, I think it will be very clear to see if we can clean 730 or not. If we can clear 730, it is good. If we do not clear it, we are going down. We are going down. But as of now, I don't see anything really positive on TTM space. It's like if you look at the same numbers, this is 18, 36, and 21. The green line is coming down. The red line is going up. This is not 25. That's why it's not good to take shots at this point. And if you see previously also in this region, it actually did a good compensation consolidation. Now it is away from EMA. Usually EMAs and candles do love each other. And right now that love is not there. So that love will come tomorrow. If it opens, let's say here, let it come to 730. If it comes to 730, try to see whether it holds it or it breaks it. If it holds it, go long. If it breaks it, it will fill the gap. It will fill the gap. Then we have tomorrow in the morning. ASML is done. Let's look at IBM. IBM is consolidating really, really nicely into this region. Very tight zone, extremely tight zone. Uh, like it's squeezing, like you can see the red dots, it's squeezing, 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 but not positive squeezing. This, let me see if I have IBM. Let's look at IBM's data. So IBM has like usually one more thing I observed. I'll just share with you. Or what did I do? See, this is the option flow. Let me just take out the extended hours. So I'm using black box. Now, when I see, this is for the you all learning side. Whenever you see the white line going up, orange line going up, and the blue line going up in one direction, that means go for calls. If everything is going down, go for puts. If one is going up, one is going down, avoid. Okay. So from a flow point of view, there's nothing here on IBM. Let's also look at ASML because ASML numbers are in the morning. You see, ASML is telling me negative line, like orange is the puts are being bought, sold, calls are being sold. So it means that even if it opens higher, it's gonna go down. That's what it means. So I'll be just extra careful with ASML. Then we have Meta. Meta also like hit the top of the regression channel, 682. Similar to when I was saying that, yes, when you have extreme moves, like at the bottom, when the green line takes over the red line, it's time for a change in trend. Here is the time for change in trend. We are at extreme. Like if you look at this green line, this is the max it usually goes. Extreme, extreme, extreme. And right here we are away from the candles as well. And usually if you look at a 5-year chart for Meta, the Meta tends to move in this zone. Goes up, comes down, goes up. Even if it goes up, comes down, goes up, comes down, goes up, comes down into this channel. Right now we are right at the top, so I think Meta would fade. Meta would fade, and there should be some profit bookings happening. Also, look at this. I'm not seeing it's so overly bullish. Right here, it was overly bullish. It opened and then it went down. So from a premium perspective, I would say we will see it tomorrow one more time. But I think it's better to take spreads or butterflies if you are going into Meta. On the long side, on the short side, you can. I need to see what's happened tomorrow. If it loses this 660 area, I would love to go short on Meta. But again, ERs are very unpredictable, and I'm not doing so many trades these days. So I'll be just watchful, and if I find something, I will share. Microsoft, Microsoft, I think is the one which is ready. Uh, Microsoft, uh, again, like 424, 431. Today it break 431. EMA, it's gone up and right there. 451, 4, and it's a very big consolidation. If you see from a longer time side, if we take this flag, this is an ascending triangle. You had 397, then 48, 410, 410, 418. So the lows are getting higher and the tops were confined. Only in this area where it tried. 440 was the area. Now, the options on Microsoft are not that expensive, but I really need to see the commentary on Microsoft. Again, this Meta, Tesla will have impact on Triple Q. All of them offer numbers at 4 o'clock. Better to wait and watch. Because if numbers are good, you will find a move. If numbers are bad, you will find a move. Because it's not going to come and finish all of a sudden. And you can clearly see it's in a zone right now. All this is going up and up. And it's almost like 450, 452. And if we look at the earnings, let's compare, like when I do the back testing, you can do the back testing at any time. Like you can go to on-demand data, and on-demand data, you can go back to any of the dates and then try to run it. Like this was the 461. You can compare those factors and see it. Today is January 20. Uh, this is how this is tested. If you really want to test it, it's your way of doing it. I'm not going to do it right now. You can test, you can compare the previous factors. See why I'm saying so. Again, the green line has taken over, the red line has the black line. Uh, also, the black line does not have that value. If it was 418, 420, yes. 450, I doubt. If it clears 452, yes, but not before that. Let's look at both Meta and again, these numbers can change. See, also Meta, these calls are sold right at the close. In the last few seconds, it's almost how many calls were closed? Let's see. 10,000 was the current open interest. It was added. And today there was a volume of 14,000. I will not be surprised to see if we have a close or a lower number than 6 or 7,000 here. it means people who were adding these positions, right? These were people who were adding these positions today, and look at the price. They started adding from 4, 3, 4, 7, 9, 10, 13. They will book it. Simple logic. That's for the 700 call. See, I'm just sharing you everything which I know. Sometimes you will see I'm just sharing the gyan, but no, I'm sharing you everything which I know and which I've learned. I paid some good price to learn all this. Look at 650 calls. $1 million sweep, exit. Why I'm saying it is an exit? Look at because I looked at this data previously. There was a 5,000 open interest and a volume of 5,000. It started from 15, 12, 12, 20, 23, 30, 37. Why would somebody risk taking a position from here to 37, almost 200% going into earnings? No, nobody would. Whenever you see a bigger number in the volume and the price going up, see, I will just tell you how to read the open interest. Whenever the price of the stock goes up, which is 1.34% here, in this 1.7%, the price of option goes, underlying equity goes up. The price of the option also goes up from 20 to 23. There is a higher volume. It yields into the next day's open interest. Similarly, the price went up, but the volume is equal to the open interest. It means people are now trying to exit from or booking profit from it. So Meta for me is an exit. Now let's look at Microsoft. Again, guys, if you like my content, please give me a like and share my thing. I don't know how to say it because I'm not a professional like many other people's, but I share whatever I can. Okay, so let's go and do Microsoft. Uh, Microsoft, you see the calls are going up throughout the day. And that's where you're seeing the Microsoft move throughout the day. It went up, 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 and up. Okay. So Microsoft, if it clears 452, it's going to go higher. Look at Salesforce. It went up. 480 calls for March are higher. And there's a massive 10,000 order of 480 calls for March. This is a good confirmation for us. If tomorrow we get a dip, I will just show you the magic here. See, the 7,000 open interest was always there, right? Today there was 12,000 trade. This will get added tomorrow morning. It will be around 20, at least 18,000, at least 18,000. And whenever you see 18,000, somebody picking up 5 million into this, that's a confirmation to go long. Okay. So Microsoft is a good long. And this also confirms us charts are telling us to go long only if 452 is cleared. So yes, 452, you see 485 for Microsoft. Then what is the earning? Tesla. Now I'm not interested. Tesla is making dodgies, dodgies, and dodgies, and this is really interesting. This is again a flag. It is closing below the 34 EMA, which is not giving me confidence. Everything, see, fundamentally, nothing has changed in Tesla. Nothing. And if I do one more thing, thank you, Jagan. Thank you, Garrett. I have a Twitter handle, Novel for you. People can put that into the chat. Oh, we have almost 100 people watching me live. That's good to know. So let me just do edit studies, and I'm gonna do my apply domain. Okay, apply. Okay. So this is the region where app like Tesla is facing some trouble. Uh, it's not able to clear 12,134 since it has gone down. Earning wise, I really think fundamentally nothing has changed. Even if GM beats the earning and everything, it went down. Tesla, I think like FSD, Trump, everything is now discounted for. Now we just need to see the revenue, which is yet to be seen. Now, that is something which tomorrow we will have an idea. See, I'm really confident on Microsoft. It has potential to go high. So I will take that position. I'm not so confident in Meta. I am not so confident on IBM. No, IBM, we did it. I think we did. So ASML, IBM, we did not. ASML, I'm not so confident because it can go up and give back. Microsoft, I'm solid. Meta, I'm not. Tesla, I'm bearish. I'm really, really bearish on Tesla. So let's do IBM. Jagan, I will not say shorted. IBM is consolidating in a tight range. Uh, no strength at all. So I'll just say, see, it's was trying to make a W right here, which failed. Last time it based around this right before the earnings and then went up. It is basing, it's not giving up. So net there is no strength in it, but there's no weakness in it either. So I'm just little, and IBM is a service provider. Uh, HCL Tech was really bad this time in India. So is Infosys. But you see 210 puts are being sold and everything is going up, all the three lines, which is showing positive. There is a trade, 230 call, and how you can identify it's a multi-leg trade. It's a multi-leg trade, but you also need to look at the same timestamp. It means this was taken together. So somebody bought 230 calls, and as a hedge, he's also buying 210 calls. So somebody's also positive on IBM. Also, this week's puts 775. Let's see whether they are cleared or not. So the open interest is growing, growing, growing. The blue line is the open interest. The yellow line is the bar is the volume, and this line graph is the price. So the price is going down, the open interest is going up. It means somebody is shorting this. So shorting is also an open interest which will get added. So today there was 493 shorts. Today 973 shorts were also added. So this is clearly a short. So positive on IBM, positive on Microsoft. That's my take. So tomorrow, in case we get some cushion from FOMC on the downside, we can actually go and try Microsoft and IBM on the long side. So I want to cover NVIDIA. NVIDIA, you see right on my chart, it came to 115, 116 area, which was the previous area where it was finding support. And that's why I mentioned the right here. This was the previous area. where it was finding the support. If it holds this thing, it will be good. And this was why important. This was 38.2% Fibonacci. Whenever you fail 61, which is 131, you come down. And when you come down, you hold, you go back to 61. That's why I said very clearly there's real potential to go to 130. And it did. It doesn't mean that it's going to go bonkers from here. No, it will find resistance at 130 and it will consolidate and allow the 12 and 34 EMAs to come down. Okay, now again, you can copy, let me see if I can copy paste. I'm sharing my Zoom link. I invite you all to come over and we can talk. So anybody who is already here, we can talk. If you have any opinion, you feel free to come on the mic and speak. I don't see anybody, but if you want to come and speak, you can speak and discuss. Coin is doing an inside day. It's kind of getting ready. I think tomorrow there will be a question regarding crypto from FOMC. So Bitcoin will react to that. Because now Trump has confirmed that there is going to be a stockpile. What that stockpile will do and how it will matter, it will be definitely asked to Jerome Powell and he will answer. Okay, if nobody is coming, Chetan, you can find those sessions in my learning section of the videos. I am actually exhausted. I have to go to work in the morning, 7:30. Caterpillar is holding. I think it's showing weakness. It's if it comes to 375, because it has moved from 350, like 2 weeks back, we discussed about 350 here. Everything in up is down there. I think cat can give up. Cat can go down to 375. Cloudflare is net. Like all these ticker stocks just went up. Like all these cloud stocks. The quicker you go up, the quicker you come down. Uh, it can find resistance around 145. Let's see if it holds 135. Like it's in middle of nowhere, 135 to 145. It loses 135. It can retrace back all the way to 122, which is a healthy pullback where you need to add. But I think it's overstretched for now. I will not touch it. I will not buy shorts on it, but I'm not going to go long on it. All right, guys. So I don't see anybody joining the Zoom. That's why I do not share the Zoom. Thanks for joining in and almost spending your time with me. I'll see you maybe tomorrow. All right. Take care. Bye-bye.